pair share this first image with a partner of what you see. What type of leadership you see in that picture? Pair? Share. Let's try that again. Pair? Share. What type of leadership do you see?
Right in the
left picture,
I see a dude. He's kicking a mat.
Clearing the way.
So it's like his whole he's clearing the way. He's the leader. He's the person. He's the pilot. And everyone's following. The rest of them are followers.
well, most of them are leading, like,
Why don't they help them?
She got my idea.
Oh, what?
I said first.
That
This
one.
guy,
No, I'm
and then one person
They're
leading.
following the leader.
Track Bianca. Bianca, what can you share what you shared with your partner, please?
So, this guy over here, he is building a road for his team so his team can go along with like not very bumps in the road. Smooth.
That's awesome. I like how you added those little bumps. What would those bumps represent? What? Hardships. Did anyone share with their partner what the stairs one represents? Track DJ?
Kind of like stairs to success.
Stairs to success. What's the difference between the yellow person and the silver person? Track Janessa?
Well, I'm guessing that he's the leader, and like since he's a leader, he's giving a positive impact on the people that are experiencing it.
Is he leading them down?
Yeah, looks like segregation to me.
He's leading them down, Jason? Or is he leading them up the stairs?
Up the stairs.
Alright. So, leadership is the ability to motivate yourself and others to accomplish a common goal through a united effort. What do you guys see in this picture? Can I get a volunteer of what you guys see in this picture?
Christopher Columbus.
Track Diego.
I see like one guy like looking, like for like land maybe, and then the other guys are paddling, so it's like a team effort.
So you see a boat, like they're on a boat paddling to land.
Succession.
Does anyone else see anything different? Lucy.
I see somewhat equality because when you're a leader, you also want to bring others up to your position yourself. Even though you see the guy looking out, he's only making the part in helping the others who are paddling, telling them like where they're going.
That's awesome. Thank you for that add. Does anyone want to add anything to that? I need everyone tracking the TVs in 3, 2, 1. Oh. Okay. So I want you guys to pair share with your partner. What this image says to you. Pair?
Sure.
What does this image say to you? Share.
Says to me that they're able to trust the leading person. Oh, their partners, they're okay. So like the red guys, it's kind of like their mentor kind of, and like leaders. Let's say who cares about it? And then he was kind of like more respected.
Track David. What did you and your partner discuss, David?
What I saw was a person, and he has a lot
lot of people following him, and there's a leader, and then there's followers, and people that are following the leader. Yeah. That's it.
So if am I the red person, and let's say, is this what you see? The leader in front and everyone behind?
Yeah.
Does anyone else see anything different?
Triangle.
Does anyone else see anything different? DJ? Sure. One of them is red. Okay, one of them is red. Yes. Feel free to jump out at any time.
They make a triangle.
It's an arrow pointing to the left and up, meaning anybody can lead, or something like that.
Okay. That's good. That's good. Charlie?
From an angle, it looks like the red person's following the people.
If you think about it, it could be either way.
Well, can you tell which way they're walking?
It could be.
At first,
These shapes, it kind of, they could be
Couldn't they be
that
walking?
They could be walking anyway.
because they don't
it's
have.
the outcast.
Can you say that again? They could be walking anyway.
Stepping forward.
They could be walking in any direction.
No.
Basically, just depending on your perspective. But do you guys see a leader as someone you follow, or do you see a leader that as someone who is following you and leading you into the right direction?
Both.
Both. David?
Someone that you follow.
Someone that. So if you were the leader, I'd be following you. Pair share. Jason. Pair share with your partner what you think a leader is. Are they letting you lead and let me start over. Are you in the back and say I'm the leader. I'm in the back. I'm watching my fellow peers go into the direction and I'm kind of like making sure they're going in the direction that they need to go in order to be that person who can then come back here. So we're creating more leaders. What do you guys think? Do you think I should be following the leader and they should have their back to me? Or should I be able to turn around and be like, hey, am I going left or am I going right?
Think about empowerment. If I'm the leader and I'm telling you all what to do and then I'm not here for a week, what do you think might happen to my group?
Someone else all around.
Talk to your partner, pair.
Know what they're gonna do, and then they're gonna like the backup, like I will lead them.
I agree.
The
one that I heard before, like when you were talking about how the what do you call it? How the leader is
Right.
From these pictures, what I see is that they're following something.
This is literally something that they just Googled up and they tried to.
Track Lucy.
So it really depends on how the way you look at it. If you think about what we've been doing for the past few months to how students have been leading, and even though we have the teacher who is pretty much at the top, the teacher has been assigning other students to become leaders. So from what this symbolizes to me, I believe that the leader is following his followers by only creating more leaders, which is what our school has been doing for the past few months.
Thanks, Lucy. Awesome. On that note, we're going to do a gallery walk. As you can see, there are many different pieces of paper that have quotes on them. And you guys are gonna walk with your squads, and you're gonna pick. Each one of you is gonna pick your favorite one. Because there's 3 of them.
3 to start. No, they can do it in squads if you guys want, or you can just go around the room independently. You're gonna pick your top 3. The next step will be they'll choose their top one.
Okay.
Yeah. So track me. So there's a bunch of quotes around, like Miss Allen said. There's one here. There's one right there. There's one on the door. There's 2 here. Yeah. So anywhere you see a piece of paper with a quote. Yep, another one right here. Yeah, there's a lot of them around the entire room. So if you see a quote that's on a piece of paper, that's one of the ones that we're talking about. You're gonna need a piece of paper or something. Oh, they didn't bring in their stuff, huh? So we might need to get them some scratch paper. You guys are gonna walk around and write down the top 3 that really speak to you somehow. So maybe you walk to this one, and you're like, I don't really get that one. I don't really like that one. Then don't write it down. You don't have to write down all of them. You're just picking the top 3 that speak to you in some way. Are there questions on what you're going to do right now? You can do it in your squad if you want, or you can walk around independently. No questions? Okay.
Once you have your paper, there are pencils. Ms. A has some pencils. If you have a paper and pencil, you can start your gallery walk. Your favorite.
Can I write down that one? Do we get to choose?
Well, I mean, I do, but I think I don't. I think it means like not going against it. Not going against it, but just I'm with that girl. I'm not going to do it. No, like let's say, let's say, like people all want to go to the store. That's called like because you don't want to go with them. You're going against what? That's why you do. Let's say that people believe in God. You're going against it. Well, anyway, you have to like go against, right? What? Get up. Leaders are the type of we all hate. There's I wonder. Are you looking at those quotes? Or just leadership quotes?
And you just write down the entire quote.
So, what is a leader? Which 3 quotes inspired you as a leader? I want you guys to go ahead and pair share with your partners in your groups of 3. Which 3 quotes inspired you as a leader? Pair? Share.
Leadership is not a title, it's a behavior. True leaders don't critique, they be poor leaders. And be kind, be the kind of leader that you want to be.
Understand that leadership is not about going against those things. It's not about
I agreed with yours. You picked that one, that one, I meant. Okay, so that's what they wanted
You got picked this one, right?
Yeah, you did.
No, but you picked it. Leadership and how the titles of the
Well, yeah, I know. But like, I would just.
Well, the one that's my favorite is without trust, we don't collaborate. I mean, we don't truly. Or at the best, cooperate is trust that forms a group of people into a team. And that is.
Julian, can you tell the class which quote spoke to you the most and why? Can you stand up?
I chose the leaders become great not because of their work, but because of their ability to empower others.
And why was that? Why did that speak to you as a leader? Well, you told me, you said it was like the power and empowerment.
Well, because leaders don't just become great to empower others, because they can empower others.
It's good. Does anyone else want to share one of their favorites? I'll share my favorite. Since no one else would like to share. One of my top 3 is true leaders don't create followers, they create more leaders. It's kind of just like this picture. This picture. This person is actually leading a whole pack from the back. And if they're behind him, he can't see if, someone's straggling behind or just not grasping this one thing. They can get lost. And he wouldn't know or she wouldn't know because he's not facing them.
Miss Ellen, can I say something too that just popped into my brain as you were talking? Also, multiple brains are better than one, right? So even if I'm the leader, am I always going to be right 100% of the time? No, I'm going to make mistakes. And if I just expect everyone to follow me and not ask me questions and not keep me on my toes and just say, no, you need to listen to me because I'm the leader, I'm going to direct everyone in my path the wrong way. But if I'm behind and I want input, I'm saying, oh, Lucy, well, what do you think about this? I was like, well, actually, I think this. Oh, yeah, that's a great idea. Then we're using all of our brains together and working as an entire unit instead of just me being the boss and steering my group in the wrong direction.
That was for Dad. Thank you. Yeah, go ahead, Zach.
It is amazing what you can accomplish if you don't care who gets credit, because a lot of people do something just for credit, and if they don't get any credit or money or something else, they don't do it. And I think that without credit, you can help people out, and then it doesn't really matter whether or not you get fame, I guess. And yeah, that's what
It's more like just because you want to help somebody. Awesome. So, in your groups of 3, each of you individually will choose your top quote. Of the 3 that you chose, you're going to choose how many? One quote, and you're going to write it on your half sheet of Post-it paper. And you can write it in color, in crayons, but just make sure that we can read it. Get it? So within your groups, you're going to pick one from each together. Right?
They can choose their top quote
Or you can
individually. This
choose
is my
your top
favorite. I'm going to write this one down.
And say why with your group. Are there any questions? No? Go. Can you listen?
You write it. You write the one that you want. I'll be okay. You're the one who's writing it. Get the one that you like. I'm writing it on here.
Now, the learn in groups of 3. So after you start to talk, you write our possessions for the week each.
Each student chooses
Pick the second one, I guess. We write there today.
She doesn't know it.
We have to have one.
I'll choose that one, right? I like that one.
No,
Actually, I understand it.
Wait, we each we write.
I'll choose that one. I actually understand it. I got it. I started writing it already.
You can put your name.
Wait, leadership, one word or 2 words?
I understand it.
Champions! Let me just rewrite this one.
That's what my cousin like.
We get the limited edition.
You have the limited edition. It's really hard.
Yeah, that's right here.
I heard that's
I know.
Okay, 1-minute warning. Now, in your groups, you guys are going to create a circle map with qualities that a leader has. Is that what you say? Circle map? So on your guys' paper, in your squads, you're gonna come up with words that describe leadership qualities. Any questions? Yes, David.
Is it the full page or?
You can use the full page. Afterwards, we're gonna come together and make a big one. All right, go ahead. Get started in your group.
Confident.
Trust.
You have about 7 minutes for this activity.
Don't draw over my dog. Yeah. No, Lucy was an oval. I mean, do you need to draw the circle?
Thank you, Lucy, for getting started.
Great effort.
Alright, so what are some things that make a leader quality? Leadership quality.
And incompetence.
All right.
Sure or not?
Leadership qualities.
You're not a leader unless you overcome your Leaders are not fearless. I'm pretty sure. Or no, I think we should do the ideas first and then we'll circle around.
That's a good point.
I would actually say like, cause they're, dude, he's putting his life on the line. Yeah, but he did it. That doesn't mean he's not fearless. But he faces fearlessly. He's not fearless. So give me another verse. Yeah. So he can't know.
What did you say, Orlando? Though he might not be fearless, but he what?
I forgot.
Oh, I thought you said faced his fears. So like he still might be scared. He probably was still. You're right. He probably was scared out of his mind, but he still faced it, right?
You guys have about 5 more minutes to work on your squad circle map, and then we're gonna build onto this class circle map of leadership qualities. So I put some post-its on your tables. I want you guys to so there should be 6 post-its from each table. I will excuse tables one at a time, and then we'll go from there. Capiche?
Okay, he's gonna start writing the leadership qualities that you want to possess on those sticky notes, so that when she comes around and tells your group to go up there, you're gonna have some sticky notes ready to go. I see Kim starting to write her values on her sticky note. Nice job.
Whoa, that's a pretty complex question if you ask me.
Wait, I feel like in the girl one, right?
And you can go together. My favorite one. That's a good one. I choose respect.
I got one. Choose respectful.
You have 2 minutes to get words up on the class circle map. 2 minutes.
They respect
Wait, what did you almost forget? What is a hero? Q-U-I-K, right?
Wait, Zach, how do you spell it? Wait, Zach, wait.
Yeah, go on.
Crap, I got one.
I'm scared.
1 minute.
What? Okay.
I gotta change my answer. I want to be. So when we say are you scared? Who was scared?
Jason put it.
Oh yeah, you know how Donald Trump is like not scared of
I love how many words are up here. This looks amazing. I saw a couple, and I kind of want to ask the class about it. So why do we think that a leader might be in that position? Because as students, I, the teacher, am putting you in that position to be a leader, right?
Yes.
I didn't ask you permission. I said, no, you're gonna do this because I know you're capable. So, why do we think that a leader could be scared at times? Pair, share with your partner why you think a leader could be scared at times. Pair? Share.
Maybe
Track, Daisy. Daisy, what were you and your partner talking about? Why do you think a leader should be scared?
I said that I think a leader might be scared at times because what if he or she does something wrong and then that brings the other people down too.
So, like, you're being scared of letting other people down?
If he or she does something wrong too.
Like basically pressure.
Pressure?
Because like you can pressure leaders to do it. You would want to do it right, so if you do it incorrect, you're basically
You don't want to fail. Right? Track, Julian?
They could be scared of messing up.
Bianca?
You can be scared of letting these people down.
Letting people down? I agree with all of those. We also have bossy.
Ooh,
sassy. Kind of a negative word. So, pair share with your partner why you think a leader could be bossy. Pair? Pair? Share.
Do your work.
You did this wrong!
After everything I told you, you think this is right? That depends on the personality.
Bum, ba-da-dum, bum. Bum, ba-da-dum, bum. I have to move around this table. See. Track, Eileen. Why do you think a leader could be? How do you think a leader could be bossy? And why?
Maybe they get too full of themselves because the teacher told them they could be leaders.
Maybe. Anyone else want to build on that? Why do we think a leader is bossy? Track, Lucy.
So a leader could be considered as bossy depending on how much pressure they put on others to get things done. For example, let's say that, I'm not trying to say this negative, let's say that Nicole was a leader and she has a project and her group has a project due that's due at the beginning of class tomorrow, let's say. And since this project might be like 50 points, she might be really stressed out that she can't get it done, and so therefore she might put pressure, a little tad too much pressure on her other group mates to get the work done, which can't be considered as bossy, but she's only trying to get the work done.
Does anyone else have anything to say about that? Of maybe why they would come off bossy, or maybe that's just our perception? Maybe we're just perceiving it as a negative thing when it's really not. It's just trying to get something done. No, Jason? Jake?
I put that up there, the reason I put it up there is I had a group leader that if I did any work, usually they'd say I did it wrong and erase it. So that's pretty much bossy.
So the way they communicated to you.
Yeah.
So again, I like Lucy's reference where maybe that group leader felt like under pressure, but the way they communicated that stress to their team made you feel like they didn't care and they didn't want to help you. They were just, nope, not good enough.
Well,
Absolutely.
It happened every single time.
Okay.
Even after notifying me.
Luckily for you guys, throughout this week, you're going to do some activities to help with the way that you communicate with people, because that is a big thing. Even as adults, we still have to work on the way that we communicate. Sometimes when we say something to somebody, they interpret it the wrong way and they see it a different way, and so we'll practice that with you guys too.
Thank you, Ms. Corral.
Thank you, Jake, for sharing that.
Yeah, thank you, Jake. That was a good add. The activity is called Life Highlights Game. So you guys are gonna begin, I'm gonna begin, by asking each of you to close your eyes for 1 minute and consider the best moments of your lives. I don't need your side closed.
Best moment.
Think of something that's awesome. What did you do that was amazing?
It's the best day ever.
Okay, everyone else needs to be closing their eyes and thinking about their best life moment. This moment could be about school, personal revelations, or exciting life adventures, or any type of adventure. Joelle, are you done? Just take a few minutes. I want you guys to keep your eyes closed and take a moment to decide what 30 seconds of your life you would want to relive. If you could relive it again, try to pick one, narrow it down to one. Track me when you've picked your 30 seconds. Okay, take about 30 more seconds to decide. Track me. Thank you, Joseph. Thank you, David. So the leader of your team is going to ask each team member which 30 seconds they picked and why. And this will give you guys a chance to really learn about who's sitting next to you. Okay, ready? Ready? Go.
30 seconds of midnight.
Oh my god.
You can feel the dread on this.
I could see what? Nobody said. Wait, I'm coming out of the room. If I could see that from a third perspective.
coming out of the what 30 seconds there? I want to see that go first. How did it
What about you? What about you?
Oh, you bought it.
Definitely a highlight. Start up your life outside of.
Oh my god. Wait, it was straight down.
Was that one kind of fun?
No?
Yeah.
The charades.
What now? Well, I hope that really helped you get to know your team a little bit better. We're gonna be doing this all week, so it's gonna get even better. Okay? I want you guys to go ahead and pair share with your partner. We're going to reflect on what we've learned today. I want you to have a group discussion, actually, of what was learned today. So, pair.
Pair.
What you learned today. Share.
I can be able to play.
I learned about not necessarily boss. Like the team on the teammate or the guy who's like so they can be I know you like flight deck target. You like animals.
Animal?
What about you?
What did you learn, Charlie?
Now I know.
What did you learn?
I learned. I know that Zach. I know that Joseph also likes roller coasters.
Okay, from the get to know you activity.
Yeah.
What about leadership did you
Yeah,
learn
I was
today?
mentioning how I liked roller coasters. My favorite part was the flight deck. And then he was saying how he also likes
Didn't they get rid of that one?
What did you learn about leadership
They
today?
renamed it.
about leadership.
Mm-hmm.
All of that.
What is that?
Top Gun.
All of
I actually think they renamed that too now.
What's one leadership quality that you either have right now or would like to have in the future?
They like rename it like every other
more
month.
quick-minded. I want to be quick-minded. What's next? My name next.
What's one thing that you learned about leadership today, David?
I learned that you can be scared sometimes when you're a leader.
Absolutely. Zach, what's one quality on your circle map that you either think you have already or would like to have in the future?
Why?
You want to be wise? That'll come with age, my friend. Lucy, what's one thing you learned today about leadership?
One thing I learned today was probably more on what being a leader is about.
Melanie, what's one quality on your circle map that you think you either already have or would like to have in the future?
I think I have a good attitude towards leadership.
Bianca, what's one thing you learned today about leadership?
One thing that I learned about leadership is that sometimes you gotta take it for the team.
I like that. That's true. Absolutely, I like that.
So here are some things that when we were talking about the words, and some of you may have not known the quite definition, these are how we serve them.
how we use them. Okay. So my same people that read the SERVE, let's go.
Selfless.
Can you read the whole?
Selfless, humble, service to the empathetic,
Nice and loud, the arrow.
empathetic, positive approach to others.
Relentlessness about team success.
Valiant efforts to fulfill our mission.
Valiant.
Valiant efforts to fulfill our mission.
Equipping others for leadership.
Excellent. So let's talk really quick what each section might mean to you, and then we're going to share. We're still a little confused. Let's go. Pair. Pair. Share.
Share. So you were confused about empathetic, right? So then like that from the sentence I can probably like tell that empathetic is like being positive to others and feeling how they feel. Or was anyone confused about like relentless? Relentless about team success. So you know,
Or maybe like you don't want to give up, you don't want to stop.
yeah.
Thinking that you're going to succeed.
I was a little confused about volumes, and from the sentence, I can now see that that basically means maybe to take charge or brave or like not stopping,
Like trial and error.
yeah. And yeah, everyone else was pretty good about the others, right?
And track, sit lolly.
I have to say one of the.
Track.
I have to say one of the.
Yep. Which one did you guys talk about?
We mostly talked about empathetic.
Empathetic. And what did that mean to your group?
That meant that the approach to others that always we have to be nice and positive to others.
Excellent. Tell on another table, please.
Angels. The one that we talked about was like equipping your team with knowledge for success.
Nice. Call on one more table.
Ashton. One that we talked about was relentless because it's showing that it's not always about being at the top. It's more being improved.
Nice. So it's okay that you're not always at the top and the best, right? It's how you're improving and making the team better. Do you agree? Yeah. Awesome. Get those fingers ready. We haven't used them in a while. Pointers. Pointers. Ready. Set. Read.
Okay. Selfless leaders know themselves well enough to keep their egos in check.
What's an ego? Kind of sounds like ego, my waffle, right? What's an ego? Brian, what's an ego?
I saw an ego is basically your pride and then what you think about yourself.
So can you relate it to this quote right here? Selfless leaders know to keep their ego in check.
So then what this means is that I'm reminded of the quote that says how no one cares to take credit. So then leaders that are selfish, they probably would take all the credit for themselves because their ego, which is their pride, basically tells them that they did all the work. The selfless leaders keep their egos in check, so they'll let the other members of the group to take the credit too.
Let's read. Go.
An empathetic leader knows who they are leading. They know what strengths and opportunities those they lead have. They use strengths to improve people's performance.
Talk to your group really quick, just 30 seconds, about how you can be an empathetic leader. Go.
Knowing their strength, knowing your strengths and
Pride, what they have to
articulate what the strengths are good at. So I know that you're really good at very
Like in Miss Molchan's class, how she had us do the
equations. We can use it together to solve one thing. And I need one brave volunteer for participation points goes to Ashton. Ashton, how are you going to start being that empathetic leader?
To start being an empathetic leader is by helping others in my group who are behind or need help on a certain topic or subject.
Excellent. Is that what some of you talked about? Would anybody else like to share? We have some time. How are you going to be an empathetic leader? Participation points go to Angel.
How you can be an empathetic leader is by always being positive and supporting your team members.
I like that. I like that definitely. So let's read the top part. Get those pointers ready or your eyes and your mouth moving. And read.
Leaders are relentless about student success.
Pause. Here's this word, relentless. They're relentless about student success. We have 3 bullet points. I need 3 volunteers quickly. Angel, Natali, and Vanessa. Go.
All members of the team can perform at incredibly high levels.
We keep searching for a better way.
We all continue developing and learning.
So are we always just satisfied with what we get? Can we always do better?
Yes.
Angel and Talon and Zaid, can you tell the class about yesterday when you were in science and you said that we were done? What ended up happening when you said you were done? And how were we relentless about the student success?
What we did after we said we were done, we started writing more like fun facts, and then after that we started to write the next question for the day.
Zaid, build on.
Another thing we did was like search more about it.
Talon, one more thing that you did to be relentless.
Instead of just stopping, we kept going to look for more answers.
Excellent. So they were performing incredibly high levels. They didn't just write the main 3 things from science yesterday. They kept going. They researched it on their own. They added more. They searched for a better way to say, I'm done. And they developed and learned better. They learned more than what was just on the discovery tech. Right? Do we agree? That was a great example. Thank you for talking about it. And here's our valiant. Valiant? Yeah, valiant. So this is a word that many of us have never used. Do you agree? Yes. Agree. Thank you. Let's read the top part. Valiantly is the first word. Let's read.
Valiantly leaders stand up for each other and themselves in the name of success.
All right, thank you. So courageously is kind of another way to say it. I need 3 volunteers. Thank you, Lucia, Miss Letty, and Catherine.
Commit to solve problems collaboratively.
Give and receive feedback from our team so that we improve every day.
All team members do whatever is necessary for the team's success.
Excellent. Can someone give me an example of a time that your group was all leaders, courageously, you worked together, you gave feedback, and you wanted to make sure that you guys were successful? I can think about a few of you with your pop videos, but I'm going to see if you can volunteer. Talon, you want to volunteer?
Yeah, when we were doing the cups yesterday, me and my team are all collaborating, saying to pull the rubber band back more so we can cut the cup.
Okay, so to remember the cup activity yesterday, so instead of just saying, no, do it this way, do it that way, you guys all decided you're going to pull the rubber band at the same time? So you were working collaboratively. Good. Any other suggestions on your pop videos? You couldn't do it by yourself, could you?
No.
No. Anyone want to share an experience on their pop where you guys were all leaders? All right, excellent. Bethany, please tell me one experience you've had with your pop. A time that you worked collaboratively, gave feedback for your team's success.
One time when we worked
Collaboratively?
in our pop was when we presented because we take turns with each other and after done we say good job.
Okay. Build on, Ashton, and then Priam.
One way that me and my group to get work collaboratively on a pop video was when we gave each other a certain amount of slides that we worked on, and then when it's time to present, we read off our slides.
Okay.
One time that me and my group worked collaboratively was when we were doing research about the standard. So then we each pulled up a few different things to help us finish our pop chat or pop video format and the pop video itself.
Good. That last part I want to really pay attention to. It says all team members do whatever is necessary for the team's success. So that's one area that I'm really going to help you guys out with, because a lot of the times we forget that we're a team and we need to make sure that everyone's being successful. So if somebody didn't understand that last problem of distributive property, or didn't get that noun in ELA, or didn't get the last organ in science, we're not going to leave anyone behind. We have to do whatever is necessary. Give me examples really quick. What could we do, whatever is necessary to help someone?
Let's say one person was absent, so maybe we can like share them or notes.
Excellent. What else can we do, whatever it takes to help someone?
Don't let someone fall behind.
Don't let someone fall behind. One more. What could we do, whatever it takes?
We could pick up where the last person was and continue as quickly as we possibly can.
Nice. Yes. Any other ideas? Do whatever it takes to help someone. Two more. Priam and Talon. Priam.
Okay, so then let's say one person is like stuck on a math problem, and then everyone else is done. You can go back and explain it to them to help them figure it out.
Instead of just sitting there waiting for them to finish, because they might not get it, right?
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Really? Wow. Awesome. So let's really do whatever it takes. Tell me, whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes.
And finally, equip. We're going to equip them. You're already volunteering. I love it, Angel. Go for it. You want to read?
Leaders equip others to lead, modeling integrity and determination, feedback and willingness to support others.
So, when we were doing some of the POPs last unit, we were giving feedback. Those are called, remember when we were doing some of our glows and grows? So that means feedback. You don't necessarily always need to say a glow is or a grow is, but I've seen some of you guys, you say, that's a great idea, but instead, maybe let's try this, and you try it. Does it work sometimes? Does it not work sometimes? But you gave feedback and you guys were willing to change it, right? To try it out. So when you equip others, you're going to model that. You're going to always be having that higher thinking. What can we do to make it better? Any other ideas of equipping others to lead? Any other times that you had to model integrity or being determined to finish something? Maybe you had a deadline, you weren't quite there yet. A pop video deadline, yeah. You had to have that determination, right? What does our pride stand for? The D.
Determination.
So we do that every day because we follow our pride, right? Here at Navigator. So this is not much new. It's just another fancy word, equip. So now you're going to equip each other with D. Determination. So let's review real quick what our SERVE stands for. Talk with your group one last time what all the letters stand for and what you're going to be as a Navigator leader.
Putting others before yourself. Empathetic. It's kind of, it's saying to be positive approach to others, kind of saying like to be just helpful when they're stuck and kind of be positive and go back just to help them. Relentless about team success. Like if sometimes you say like, okay, I'll do this slide, you'll do that one, so you're done with your slide and they're not done with theirs, you can go home with them. Valiant.
maybe at top you try to make it.
All right. Track the TV. We're going to have an assignment now that we actually are just going to work on a little bit today, and we get to finish it on Thursday when we do this again, okay? So we're going to be choosing a leader that we know of, and it could be a past or present, it could be a stranger or someone you know personally, or maybe at school, or in maybe an extracurricular activity that you do. And you're going to research the following characteristics. Can anybody read so I don't have to keep talking? Thank you for volunteering, Priam, for one bullet point, Vanessa for another, and Bethany for the last one.
Give me some background knowledge of the person. Where are they from? Are they related to you? How did they grow up, etc.
What leadership values or qualities does this person have? Explain. What has this person accomplished that makes him or her a leader?
So there's 3 things, and could we use the serve that we just talked about? Yes, we could explain that with that person, the serve, all those 5 things. So I really want you to start thinking to yourself about this leader that you're going to create. And we get to create a poster or a slide, Google slide, okay? And if you want to use a big poster, like we do for science, or the 11 by 5 is fine as well. So there's a few things that you're going to include on your poster and slides. Who wants to read the poster? Thank you for volunteering, Catherine. Who wants to read the slides? Thank you for volunteering, Angel.
Posters include color, include drawn or printed out pictures. Make it engaging to look at.
Slides include color, attach pictures, make it engaging to look at.
Do you guys know what brainstorming is?
Yes.
What is brainstorming? Give me a quick definition, Natalie, go.
Get random ideas.
Brainstorming is?
Brainstorming is to get random ideas.
So we're going to talk in our group for about 1 minute. This might not be the person you're going to pick, but let's just start shooting out ideas. Some of the people that have the characteristics of the leadership values we just talked about. Let's just shoot out some ideas that people you know. Go.
One person I know is Angel. Because Angel, he stays in the topic and he tries to help his colleagues.
I think it could be famous as well. Break in 5 minutes, but before we leave, your group needs to decide on one of the leaders you just talked about. It could be a teacher, a student, someone here, or someone famous. And I don't mean famous like, I don't know if you guys like to say. But it could be somebody that famous, I mean that changed the world, like discovered formulas, like Albert Einstein or people like that. It doesn't have to be famous like Hollywood famous. But before we go to our break, you guys need to decide that one leader that holds these characteristics, the leadership values and qualities. Because you will have to write about these 3 questions and create your project. You have 5 minutes to decide. Join me.
We should do like
We have to decide where like we were thinking maybe we can do like Martin Luther King.
I was supposed to be getting now.
Should have decided who you were going to pick as your leader. So let's look one more time at the assignment. I've kind of blown it up a little bit so we can read. I need the same 3 people to read those bullet points one more time. Go.
Give me some background knowledge of the person. Where are they from? Are they related to you? How did they grow up, etc.
What leadership values or qualities does this person have? Explain. What has this person accomplished that makes him or her a leader?
Excellent. So there's 3 main questions. Yes, Talon?
Can we like everyone in our group do one hero or one leader?
You're going to do one leader together. Excellent. So what we're going to do, how many questions are there?
3.
I'm going to give your group one piece of paper. You're going to split it into 3 boxes, and that is where you're going to answer the three questions. You can fold it in 4s. I know you only need 3s. Or you can just split it into 3 sections. Understood?
Understood.
Get your pencils ready. If you need to start doing some background research, you may start. You have 12 minutes. So you can get Who are you guys choosing? Who are you choosing? Bill Gates. Okay. So you're going to start researching him?
Yeah.
Who are you guys choosing? Martin Luther King Jr. Who are you guys choosing?
Mr. Dent.
Really? Mr. Dent. Nice. You might have to do an interview outside of class to get some information on him. Who are you guys choosing?
Martin Luther King.
His dad or Junior?
Junior.
Who are you guys choosing?
Sides.
No, who?
Oh, who? Priam.
Priam?
Dog.
Who are you guys choosing? Angel?
Okay, which one am I gonna use? Am I gonna use to 1929 and his you brainstorm while we work. Okay, meanwhile, can I give me a brainstorm? That's what I brainstorm about. Exactly. There's some girls who start a career.
So what, like?
Yesterday we created our leadership qualities together as a class, remember? So when you're researching this person or people or whatever it may be, let's refer back to what we created yesterday of what those leaders hold, okay? So some of the things we said were unique, determination, responsible, patient, you should be all moving in your mind, good example, creative, good personality or attitude, thoughtful. So if you need some ideas, feel free to come up here to our class quality of leadership. Understood? Continue. You have about 5 minutes. Track me, track you. In 30 seconds, I want you to go join another team, and I want you to share what you have so far of the leader that you chose. Go. Go share.
So who'd you choose? Let's go. So far we've got okay, they're coming, not a specific person. And we wrote Samuel Nicholas was the first person commissioned in the U.S. Continental Marines. The United States Marine Corps, or USMC, begins with the founding of the Continental Marines on November 10th, 1745. We also got some leadership qualities that he was determined, he never gave up fighting. He was patient, he waited in jail even though everything was happening outside. And he was responsible where he couldn't use violence, but he didn't. Here's ours. Can you read it?
was born in Atlanta, Georgia. He was born on January 15, 1929, and died on April 4th.
Okay, let's say
Excellent. So we're going to finish this project on Thursday. So I can keep your papers here nice and safe. You can leave it on the desk and Ms. Lopez can collect them in a little bit. We're going to move on to our third objective, track the TV.
Track the TV.
Who'd like to read objective 3? I'm sorry I can't make it bigger right now. It's not quite working. Say that's all right.
That's all right.
My objective reader is Walfrey.
Clearly establish our leadership mindset.
What is a mindset? Talk to your group though.
Mindset is
how you think.
yeah, the way how you think exactly. So then, if you have, let's say, a positive mindset, then you'd be happy about every situation. And if you have a negative mindset, then that would probably mean you're putting people down and you're being sad and
Track
grumpy.
Leslie.
Track Leslie.
Leslie, what is a mindset?
A mindset, well, what I think a mindset is like something that you set your mind to do.
Built on. Saeed.
Mindset is something you want to accomplish.
Built on one more. And Jaden.
A mindset is like the way you think.
The way you think. This mindset that you put to your mind, right? So we need to establish that mindset of being that leader. So when you walk in the door, not just walking in the door, I want you guys to eventually be leaders even out that door. But when you walk in this door, your mind is going to be set. Thank you. You got it. You're reading my mind, aren't you? So we need to establish how, when we walk through that door tomorrow morning at 8 a.m., or do I see you first? No, whatever. 10 a.m., whenever I see you, that you are starting to establish that mind. Track the TV. We're going to watch a video, a very interesting video of getting this mindset going.
This is Mark again. Most executives agree that 80% of success comes down to psychology. It comes down to your mindset. It comes down to your attitude. So I'm going to give you 4 principles that if you'll model these and teach these and reinforce these will create a leadership mindset in your organization. Let's get after it. Number 1, everything rises and falls on leadership. This really speaks to ownership. But leadership is the reason that Apple today is the most valuable company in the world. It's also the reason that a great company like Blockbuster Entertainment is no longer in business. Number 2, the true measure of leadership is influence. In other words, leadership isn't about power or a position. Just because you were given a position doesn't mean that automatically things are going to happen in your organization. You need to connect with your people. You need to gain respect. You need to earn their loyalty. There's a great Chinese proverb that says, if you think you're leading and nobody's following, maybe you're just taking a walk. Number 3, the highest form of leadership is self-leadership. This really deals with accountability. This really deals with continuous improvement on yourself. Michael Jordan, one of the greatest basketball players of all time, in his heyday said, I work harder on myself than anyone else would ever expect. In other words, he was working on how do I make myself better. And what I have found is it's so easy to look at others and see their blind spots, and it's so difficult to look at ourselves and see ours. So commit to a growth plan. Get advice from your peers. Where do I need to grow in order to make a bigger impact? Reduce the tendency that we all have to blame things on others or say that's out of my control. Take accountability. And then number 4, The highest purpose of leadership is adding value to others. This speaks to servanthood. Leadership is not about getting others to think more highly of you. Leadership is about getting others to think more highly of themselves. So think about how you can come alongside and develop those that are below you. Think about how you can fill in the gaps of your peers and those that are beside you. How can you support them in overcoming their shortcomings? We all have shortcomings. And then how can you lighten the load, or how can you add value, or how can you help those above you recast their vision? Put these 4 principles into place, model them yourself, teach them over and over and over again, make them visible in your department, and watch your level of leadership grow, and watch the mindset of your team members improve. Watch that leadership mindset take over, and you achieve great things. Continue to step up, continue to own your leadership, and always lead with passion.
All right, the 4 aspects of leadership mindset are, repeat after me: ownership, influence, accountability, and servanthood. Talk with your group about ownership. Everything rises and falls on leadership. Talk about just ownership. 30 seconds, go.
Something bad happens in your group and it's your fault, but you want to blame it on someone, that's accountability.
Track Geo, what is ownership? Meaning everything rises and falls depending on your leadership. What did you guys talk about ownership?
What we said about ownership is that that your business might rise or fall
based on
what actions you do.
Excellent, thank you. Influence. Connect with people, gain respect, earn loyalty. Talk with your group 30 seconds about how you can be influential in your mind when you get through that door. Go.
You can think about the good things. Thinking positive and not negative. About influence.
Track Brenna, how can we set influence in our mindset to be that good leader?
You can be positive and be helpful to others.
Excellent. Accountability, meaning that you're always improving. Do you think that we get to the top level and we're like, yep, I'm the best, I don't need to grow anymore? No way, Jose, never. We're always trying to improve our group, improve our learning, improve our teaching. Talk to your group about how we can improve in this class. Always improving. Go.
We can always improve by not giving up, helping others, or taking charge if someone's not here. We can class listen and
Participate.
And make sure everyone in here is right. And Jaden T, how can we be accountable in our group? How can we always improve? Working more. Nice. Excellent. Always working more. Bill, John, Lisbeth, how can we always improve? Focusing more. Okay. And one more idea, Vanessa.
When you were talking about how if we're already at the top, it can still keep going. I kind of thought it's like if you're like already at goal on Alex, but you still need to keep going for the next goal that we need to reach.
Excellent. And lastly, servanthood. Woo, what is servanthood? We talked about another word today that kind of others. That one thing that I'm always going to make sure, what can we always do to never leave anyone behind? Talk to your group about how you're going to be servantly in this class. Go.
If they're behind, help them catch up, and then once they're caught up, keep working.
If they're down something, you too much of them, they'll have like, they'll want to work, I guess, to support others, to do more.
And track Sebastian.
Track Sebastian.
Servanthood is also helping others and keeping others learning or helping them to learn.
Excellent. And Molchan? All right. When we walk through that door, like I said, but eventually I want you to always be leaders, even outside that door, your mindset needs to switch when you walk in that door. And you need to say to yourself, it begins with a few things. There's 3 things when you walk in that door tomorrow morning, at whatever time you get here, that you're going to have in your mind. I need 3 volunteers participation points. 1, 2, 3, go.
I have a tiger attitude.
The power of positive thinking, influencing those around you.
I have the tiger attitude. What does that mean? I know you all know the song.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay, ready, everybody? What does the eye of the tiger mean? Does that mean I'm going to go to my ophthalmologist and tell them to put pretty cat eyes in my face? It is possible. Walfrey, what does eye of the tiger attitude mean?
To stay focused and not tell anything.
All right, that works. Bill, Don, Priya?
In the song, Katy Perry says that she picks herself up after she falls.
Okay, so she picks herself up after you fall. Eye of the tiger. Is a tiger really calm, peaceful animal? No. They are very strong, right? They have a mindset. They say, hey, I need to eat that mouse. I'm going to go eat that mouse. Please don't see anybody in here. But they keep their mind to that mouse. And they do whatever it takes. They're quiet for hours to wait for that mouse to get just a little bit closer to them. They wait for hours for that mouse to maybe fall asleep. But they never give up on their goal. So when you walk through that door, you need to have that eye on the prize, on that goal. Get it? How about the power of positive thinking? Oh, we know what that is, right? Do we walk in here every morning? Oh, math class again. Science class again. No, right? We walk in, math class again, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's the way we're going to walk in. And last but not least, influencing others. I have seen you guys influence each other greatly in the positive way. I mean, some of you I've known for almost 2 years now, and the growth that you guys have done makes me proud and want to cry good tears. Because you have influenced others. And I can't wait for some of my new students to start influencing each other as well. Understood? You make me proud. You make Miss Lopez proud. You make Miss Corral proud. She's known you for longer than I have. So you are already doing this. We're just putting titles to it. We're just saying, be that eye, be that positive thinking, be that influencer. But you guys are already doing this. Give yourself a pat on the back. Let's talk about some people. Oh, let's give each other some gentle. So we're going to talk about some people that we may know. Track me. You. That we may know that actually were shot down when they tried to be a leader. They tried to stand up for what they believed in and they were pushed down. But Katy Perry told them to stand back up, right? So, leaders, do you think leaders are born when they're born on April 1st, 2000, what year? 2005, oh my gosh. Do you think that people are born leaders? What do you guys think? Maybe yes, maybe no? What do you guys think? No? Yes? Maybe. But guess what? It doesn't have to be. You can learn it, and guess what each and every one of you are doing right now? You're learning how to be that servant, to be a servanthood of a navigator school. And you are all going to be leaders. Just like so this is a political leader. Who would like to read? Naphtali.
Political leader. Winston Churchill repeated a grade during elementary school. He was placed in the lowest division of lowest class. Do you think his parents were worried about his potential?
So here's a political leader who made a lot of difference in the world. He had a repeated grade. He was the lowest of the low in his class. Do you think his parents were a little worried?
Yeah.
Did he still succeed?
Yes.
Was he born a leader?
No.
Did he learn how to be a leader?
Yes.
Talk to your group. Anybody else you may know that wasn't necessarily born one, but learned it. Go.
Mr. Cat, maybe.
Track the TV. Track the TV. This is one of my favorite people that I like to talk about because when I first started playing the piano, this was the first person my piano teacher told me about, and this person gave me the want to continue to learn how to play piano. Please read. Thank you.
Beethoven's teacher called him a hopeless composer. If someone said that about your child, would you suggest your child try a different activity?
Do you know why he was called a hopeless composer?
He started writing his own songs?
He did. He also was, he was deaf and blind eventually. How in the heck do you learn how to play piano and perform it blind and deaf? But guess what? He did. He did. You want to know how he did? Anybody care?
The vibration of the
Go ahead.
The keys on the piano make vibrations and he knew the different vibrations.
So you know a piano stands on legs? He cut off the legs of the piano and put it on the floor. And then he put his ear to the floor. And he could hear by each key makes a different vibration. And that is how he taught himself how to play the piano. But he learned it because everybody else thought he was hopeless. But he learned it. So do you think that if someone said that about your child, would you suggest a different activity?
Yeah.
You might. But guess what? He proved that you could do anything. Ooh, this guy's fun. Anybody want to read in participation points? Oh, look at you wrapping them up.
Leo Tolstoy dropped out of college. He was described as both unable and unwilling to learn.
Does anybody who know who Leo Tolstoy is? Priya?
Famous author?
He was a famous author. And he dropped out of college. At Navigator, we're all going to college, right? But yes, we are. That's our goal. But even if we drop out, should we stop learning? No. Should we stop accomplishing things?
No.
He did it, and now we're talking about this man that we never met. But guess what? He was that leader that we get to talk about now because he learned how to be a leader.
Yeah.
Read these quietly to yourself. Talk to your table mates. Talk about the one that most surprises you. Go.
J.K. Rowling surprised me. Well, it's because Harry Potter's like a well-known story with the author for having those Harry Potter stories. I didn't actually know that was.
Because he was so
I'm surprised by
Saeed, which one most surprised your group?
Walt.
Because?
Because he
He created so many things, and he was told he lacked creativity. imagination. Thank goodness he created that little Mickey Mouse, right? Or we'd have nowhere to go. Let's see. Bianca, which one surprised your group?
We also chose Walt Disney, but J.K. Rowling too.
J.K. Rowling. Does anybody know who J.K. Rowling is? Gio.
Harry Potter? The person who made Harry Potter.
She is the author of Harry Potter. Miss Lopez, you know a little bit about her?
I know a lot about her. Harry Potter's my favorite series. But she was denied, I believe, about 5 to 7 times before somebody took her book. She was denied a lot of times. She ended up becoming broke and having to, she was broke and she created Harry Potter in a coffee shop on a napkin.
Yeah.
That's how she started. And that's where we have 2 worlds dedicated to him at Universal Studios. We have millions of copies worldwide, and you know.
Yeah. I even heard that she even went homeless trying to sell her books. She finished writing the books like on the streets. Yep. But they picked her up, and now she's a leader for young authors everywhere. Anybody else surprised by any ones that we didn't talk about? Do you guys know who Michael Jordan is? Yeah. Okay, if you don't, he's one of the great. He is pretty much, according to my opinion, the greatest basketball player in the world. And then we all know who Einstein is. Do you know what he created?
E equals MC squared.
All these leaders were thought of as unintelligent, untalented, unsuccessful. But guess what? Say what?
What?
They didn't care. So if anybody's ever shot you down or told you you're not a leader, you can't be a leader, you're not smart enough to be a math group leader or whatever in ELA, you shoot it down, because you and your mindset from now on has that positivity and that accomplishment mindset. You can do it. Tell yourself, I can do it.
I can do it.
You walk in that door tomorrow morning with that smile and that positive attitude, and it's going to be an amazing rest of our 7th grade math year. Understood?
Understood.
One more time. I can do it.
I can do it.
Track you.
Okay, yesterday you started your Choose a Leader activities, and everybody, I see you guys have got out your papers. We divided our papers into sections, and yesterday you worked on your background knowledge. Today, turn to your partner and tell them what section you should be on today. And then what are you going to do on the back? Okay. Track me.
Track you.
We have 35 minutes to finish this. Matthew, where are you? I can hear you. So you need to finish taking your notes, and then what do you need to do? After you finish taking your notes, look at the, so you guys, can you all see that? Yes? Okay. After you finish taking your notes, talk in your slide, what do you need to make?
What do you guys need to make?
Poster or slide? Poster or slide.
Complete sentence, please.
We need to make a poster or slide.
Thank you, Trenton.
We need to make a poster or slide.
So track me.
Track you.
How many minutes do you think we need to leave at the end for you to create your poster and your slide? Once you've gathered all of your information, how long do you think you're going to need to make your little presentation at the end? 15 minutes? 20? 52. Okay, so then how long does that leave you to finish doing your research? So we're going to get out at 11:55. So we have 40 minutes left. Oh no, wait, we have 10 minutes of presentations at the end. So you have 30 minutes. So 10 more minutes to do your research, and then 20 minutes to put together your presentation.
posters, papers back here.
But make
You
sure
want
that it's
slides, do
engaging, so it's a lot of information. Yeah. So don't do all of it. Do like the key things, and then you might save some things that you want to save some things that you want to save that you don't refer to. Oh yeah. Okay. Yes. So 20 minutes left, my friends, until we do the presentations. So I'm going to set you a 10-minute timer so you know when we're halfway through.
Wait,
We have 20 minutes.
we do the presentation on Google Slides.
Where it's expanding everybody's knowledge of history.
I'm seeing some nice slides happening. That's really cool. I love that, Karina. You're welcome for my feedback. Okay, Rio. You need to hurry up, Bessie. Make sure you read that light. I love that background.
What's up? Who called me?
So make sure that your text is really big so that I can read it even with that flag behind it. I see that.
That's good. Up. Just you can do, and that one is curtains.
What's your presentation about?
Great picture, Isaac. You're writing out full sentences. So you just said the Spring Iron Medal, the Women's Hall of Fame, and then you're gonna talk about them and say, Rosa Parks earned all sorts of honors during her life because of her work in the civil rights movement. For example, she earned this and this and this. You're gonna talk us through. But you don't want people right. You want them to listen to you and not read it. Okay, so put the big ideas up there. So you only have a couple minutes. Make the change we talked about, like one of the slides, and leave the rest of it. Last couple minutes, friends. Be tying it up.
This is the leadership quality values. As you can see, the system of all the teammates. Put the flag in 3-point shots.
Be the inspired generation of people to help stop discrimination and to overall doing things that they really want to do. And he had a good experience leading because he led a South Christian group and he was the first president.
More money and wages and bigger. And he also won 3 awards: the Presidential Medal of Freedom, Potassium Interest Award, spoke
Other people to get his own education in law and eventually become president. He was also the 16th president of the United States, who was then went on to be one of the most well-known.
What's his name?
And my brother's name is
Quinn.
He's 18 now. And he goes to UCLA right there. And he plays pinball. And he plays monkeys. And
All right.
Two-step girls.
That's from
44, I believe. And another cool thing is he went to the Harvard Law School, and he was the very first black president of the Harvard Law newspaper, which was pretty cool. And he was born in 1961 in Hawaii, 2 years after Hawaii was officially declared a U.S. country, which I think is pretty cool because if he was born like 2 years earlier, he wouldn't be able to become president, which probably wouldn't have changed the pretty cool things about it.
Or however you pronounce it, and providing leadership in the Montgomery boycott of 1955.
Passionate and trying to teach like my teammates, then they would probably, I wouldn't really be that nice of a person. I'd just be like, oh, do this, oh, do that. Like, you won't care. You have to be passionate. And then you said he was determined. And that's a good quality for leaders because if you're not determined to do something, then you won't really get into good qualities. Like, you have to be determined in order to do something. So you have to set yourself a goal or something that you know you can, that you'll be determined to accomplish.
So, John Maxwell is an author who writes about leadership, and we're going to share some things with you today that Navigator has learned about leadership. This is from a book that the leaders of Navigator have read together, and that they found to be really helpful in understanding how to be good leaders. One of the things that they've discovered about leadership is that people follow a leader for different reasons. And as those reasons change, as you get to know your leader better and better, the reason that you're motivated to follow and your entire relationship changes. So we're going to talk about 4 different levels of leadership and what that means in terms of the relationship between the leader and the follower. So at your table, all of you have a little poster paper, and I'm going to ask you to make a poster as we go that shows the 4 different levels. Capiche? So it says 5, but we're only going to focus on the first 4. So you can do it however you would like to. Don't get caught up in it. Just make something that works that's nice. You're going to show 4 levels of leadership. So look on your paper where it says level 1. Everybody point to level 1 on your paper. Gavin? Okay. Read as a squad. Take somebody to read. What does level 1 leadership mean? Go.
Leadership is about position. It reflects your right to lead. So technically it's saying if you are a person that people understood and trust, your position will be higher, but it reflects your right. So some people might think you might not have a good reason, or some people do have a good reason. And when you are a level 1 leader, people follow you because they have to. So they you're
All right. So decide
like a
together,
teacher.
if you had to
You have to follow
summarize
them because
level 1
you have to.
leadership and the relationship there, how would you say that in one quick sentence? Jackson?
Level 1 leadership is something people do not because they want to, it's because something they have to. This is an example like something like a teacher.
That would be, and what about a teacher?
Teachers, it's their job to lead kids to do them what the teacher wants them to do and what they want to learn, and it's not the kids' choice to listen or not.
Okay, can somebody think of another example of a level 1 leadership where you follow because you have to and not because you want to, Holly?
For an example, probably our squads. Like, you don't really get to choose if you wanna follow that squad leader, but you do because you have to.
Right. So, on your posters, level 1, write that sentence. Why do you follow that leader? Natalie, why do you follow a level 1 leader?
Because they don't have a
because you don't have a choice. Right, you lead because you have, or you follow because you have to, not because you want to. Write it on your poster. No.
Level 1. The leader.
Don't overthink it. However you guys want to do it, as you choose.
Okay. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Level 2 is going to be a little bit different. Read this as a squad and decide what characterizes level 2 leadership. Go.
When you lead because they want to, tentatively. They follow you because they like you. Here you begin to demonstrate positive relational skills and the ability to get along with people. Students who are already friends or who like the leader may see the leader as a level 2 leader right away. However, most of the time, this must be formed by the leader's willingness to be empathetic and patient with their team. A relationship must be formed with team members.
Okay, so in a sentence, it would be summarized as that a level 2 leader would be very communicative with their, so they would have really good relationships and they could get along really easily. That's why they would like the leader.
So what characterizes level 2 leadership?
You have more that you want to.
And why do you
So for the second one, what? So for the second one, like,
Alright, once you're done reading, what characterizes a level 2 leadership? Gavin. What characterizes level 2 leadership?
What characterizes level 2 is the more you want to now because you either like them or they demonstrate positive abilities to lead and they get along with others.
Okay. Kayla, did you have something?
a level 2 leader would be someone who likes to communicate with their group, and the reason why they're a little bit higher of the level 1 leader is because they get along with their group. Even if they're friends with them or not, they would still get along and they would like the leader instead of be negative with the leader, because if you are negative with the leader, you wouldn't want to follow their rules as much as if you liked them.
I would like to go on to what Kayla said. A level 2 leadership is just about the relationship of you or of the leader and the teammate.
Would you rather be in a squad with a level 1 relationship or a level 2 relationship? Sharing your squads, why?
I think that's a level 2 relationship, not level 1, because level 2 is like when you start forming like a bond or like relationship with others. Then in 1 where like you really like the person, you just like do it because you have to. Like it's better to be a number 2 leader.
Because it's more fun when you're in a level 2 group.
But why would you rather be in a level 2 group than a level 1? And why would you want to be a leader?
I'll be a leader because I would take responsibility and I would make my group fun.
So, Karina, would you rather have a level 1 or level 2 relationship with your leader?
Level 2.
Because?
I would rather have a level 2 than a 1 because it kind of like maybe will get your work done faster or like keep you on track rather than if you don't like them and you're arguing with them.
Okay. What does it do to your motivation to be with somebody that you like and have a relationship with as opposed to somebody that you're just assigned to? Trenton, does that make a difference to you? one would you prefer?
Level 2.
Because? Put your pencil down and answer.
It'd be easier.
Because?
Just to follow instructions.
So address the concept in your answer.
I would like to be in a level 2 because it would probably be easier to follow instructions, and I probably wouldn't argue.
Okay, nice. Okay. Do you think level 3 is going to be better than level 2? Yeah. All right, let's see how. This time, without me interrupting you at all, read and decide what to write on your posters. Go.
This is what really because not only are you getting around people happen, you make things happen and you get things done. This is where success begins. Leader and the team like the different results. Leader is the as well as relationship going in
What's the main idea of this section?
So I feel like the main idea of this section is how well you guys work together. Because I feel like that was important for your thing, because production, you can't get everything done if you do it by yourself and you get assignments on the day you have to work together.
So it's like teamwork is important. Giselle, do you think level 3 is better than level 2?
I believe it is better. Everything is done more quickly. There's other leaders having friends, because when you have friends as your leaders, you talk too much sometimes about like other things and talk with you.
So it's like an up and down, and level 3 is the up part of it. Like the pro working with your friends is you know them and you understand how they're trying to teach you. But then the con would be that you're not really paying attention, you're getting distracted. So it's like level 3 is the pro of level 2.
So what are you gonna write down?
I don't know, you can tell them.
I think you should probably write something down about working together and teamwork. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree. Okay, let's look back over here. Production.
Maybe how well we get things done.
But you make things happen and you get things done. So it's like, it's literally like production, like progress.
Yeah, production actually working with things instead of talking.
Track you! Somebody give us the characteristics of level 3 leadership. Somebody new. Kaylee, what's level 3 leadership about?
People follow you because you get stuff done.
People follow you because you get stuff done. Anybody want to build on that or add that hasn't talked already? Gavin, have you talked?
Yeah.
Oh. Alexia, you want to say something?
For level 4?
Nope, not level 3 yet.
Well, we thought for level 3 to put on our posters to where the success begins.
Where the success begins. Who likes to be successful? Me. So would you like to work for a level 3 leader?
Yes.
Do you like this kind of relationship? What's the difference now between level 2 and level 3? Jalissa, can you talk about that? What did you discover about?
I discovered was that I don't work well with my friends. I'd rather work well with people I get along with because I get more work done with other people than my friends.
And one last comment. Come on, what do you think, bud?
For level 2, I think that it's a little bit more simpler, and then level 3, I think that it's a little bit better.
And how is it better for you in level 3?
So that we have more success stuff.
Yes, we get 3s all across our spreadsheet, right? Okay, level 4, last one.
Level 4 is just about how you develop leaders and they come in times and lead when you're not there. So basically they just
subs in storage, or when they come out and they play the rest.
Okay, so let's say you're in Deborah's group, and she says you got a 2 on your homework because you did a bad thing. You like Deborah, you hang out with her on the playground, and you're like, okay, I got a 2, whatever. What level is that?
Level 1? Oh, wait, no, it's level 2.
Level 2. Now, we're in Ari's group. Ari says you got a 2 on your homework because your E wasn't very strong. Next time we're going to do a little bit more of our personal reflection. We're going to restate the question again in our E, and we're going to do this. Let's practice real quick so you nail it down. What level is that?
That's around level 3 or 4.
Level 3, right? Because he's helping you. He's getting things done, right? And you are becoming a better student, and you are becoming a better leader, helping them become better students, right? Now, level 4 is you're tutoring your group to be able to teach another group how to get all those 3s, right?
And if you are gone, then they can do it on the rest.
Right? So now Ari's group can send Rio to any other table and help them achieve 3s on their own without having to come back and ask Ari what he meant, right? Because now you're a trained leader yourself.
All right, level 4. Holly, what do you have to say about level 4?
So what I have to say about level 4 people development, really what I found this was about is that when you're in your little squads, you're training 2 people to be good leaders, and you want them to be better leaders than you are yourself. So then when they go and teach other kids, they can make those leaders better than themselves, so that leaders just keep getting better and better.
Jackson.
Level 4 is how to create new leaders to teach after you, so they can keep teaching. So you can get more people to accomplish more than you actually were set out to, that you set yourself out to accomplish. You invest more and more into your group, and it makes them happier, in which they usually want to invest more and more for themselves into more people. So it's like you and it invest into more, and they invest into more. So it's a constant going of more and more people being better and better and better at what they do.
Does that sound good? Yes. Right? That sounds fabulous, doesn't it?
I gave this example a couple days ago, and I realized that it really fits what, like, level 4. It's basically like Miss Molchan is our leader, and we follow her because of what she's doing for us. She's the leader, but she's teaching us how to be leaders, so we can pass it down to our little squadrons and stuff. Which, when we were reading level 4, I was like, oh, this is Miss Molchan. We follow her, like, we listen to her because of what she's doing for us, because we can see the hard work and the effort you put for us to succeed.
And I am following Miss Corral because Miss Corral developed this leadership course because she came in and observed you guys in your squadrons, and she thought these poor people are making them be leaders and we haven't trained them. So she put together the course for me to give to you, and now you're learning from that, and those of you who are squad leaders, and you're going to turn around and do all these wonderful things, and you're going to teach the other kids, so that when it's time for us to switch squads, to switch leaders, will the new leaders be ready?
Yes.
Yes, because the current leaders are going to do what? Teach them what? How to lead. So can you think of something that we did today in your squads that was helpful for the new students to teach them so that they can become leaders eventually?
That we did today that was helpful from the leaders was we taught them how to use the computer with their squad leaders.
Okay. And how did you go?
We also taught them how to do the race format and to get into more depth of how to explore and do it in a race way.
Nice. Holly?
So what we taught them today is going through this course and earlier in class is we taught them how to use the website so then they know how to work it so they can teach other people. And during here we're learning like how to be a better leader to make them even better.
Miss Molchan, can I ask a question really quick to them? I want you to think about, are you going to be the same level leader to every single person in this class? Think about that for a second. Are you going to, if you think that you're a level 3 leader, are you going to be a level 3 leader to Deborah and to Holly and to Gavin? Think about that for a second. Discuss with your squads.
Well, no, because you could have people that, okay, say I'm really good friends with Gavin and a bunch of people. They count me maybe as a 2 to 3 leader. Well, some people, they're like, oh, I don't really like this guy. I think things he does is bad or maybe not important to what we're doing. So I'm making it as 1 leader. And so there could be other people who compromise on that too.
I think what I also think is it depends on the people that you're leaders with, because let's say I'm leaders with someone I don't really hang out with. Well, I might start out as a level 2 because we don't really know each other, but as we get to know each other, we might upgrade to a level 3.
It's like the relationship with everybody else is different. Like, I might be friends with you, but I might not be friends with Giselle. So for us two in a relationship, it might be level 1, but for us two, it might be level 2. So it's never, I don't think it's never going to make sense for every single person.
Track Giselle T.
Track Giselle T.
Giselle, what did you guys think over there?
What we thought in our little group is that you can't stay the same level as you are in every little squadron, because you can change throughout the course of the whole school year from level to level, from either your squadrons or from changing into different groups.
What kind of things would, you asked about individual people in your squad, right? So can you think of reasons why in your squad you might be a different leader for each of the 2 students in your squad? What would be reasons that you would have a different leadership relationship with the 2 different people? Natalie, what do you think?
Maybe because you don't hang out with them much as other people.
Right, and how would that affect your relationship with them?
Because you don't know them as other people, so you don't treat them differently.
Right. Somebody new want to build on that? Somebody new. Really need to get opportunity sticks for this group. Who haven't I called on? Brody?
What was the question again?
What opportunities in your squad would cause you to be different levels of leadership?
What opportunities in my squad would be if you I don't know. I panicked when I stood up.
Alright, let's go back and do this again in our squads. Why might you have a different relationship, a different leadership level with the 2 students that are in your squad? Think about your ELA squads. Think about your math squads. Are they different? Is the level of leadership happening in them differently? Think about squads that you had earlier this year versus our new squads. What makes them different? Sharon.
I think that,
So what makes them different is like the relationship that you have with them, like so and then my ELA squad, I'm not really friends with like either of them, so I don't really know them as well, so it's not like we don't communicate that well.
So what level of leader do you think you are with Karina? If you guys don't hang out that much, you're not super close friends. What level do you think you are right now?
Maybe like a 1 or 2, like in between.
Okay, so maybe a 1, hopefully to move to a 2 soon. What do you think about you and Mod?
Probably like 2 to 3.
2 to 3. Okay. Do you guys agree with that?
What's a grammar?
Yeah? Okay. Thank you for sharing.
So what causes the need to differentiate?
The squad level of leadership was different from this year to last year. Because last year, my squad was actually willing to call me and let me help them or let me help them become better leaders. But this year, they kind
Comes just from sitting here and talking, right? That means that our relationship outside will also grow. We could also be friends outside of school and outside of class.
Right.
So it really depends on who.
Right. So it goes both ways. Let's go even deeper, my friends. Do you think that in a group, the level of leadership always goes up? Or is it possible that sometimes it goes down? Go both directions. And why? Sharing your groups. Go.
I already had a good point. You want to say that again?
So the leaders might, the same leader might be different in maybe math or ELA, because in math they might be higher in math than in ELA, and they will probably in like ELA they're not as good as ELA as like other people, so they.
So, are you saying that maybe because what you said earlier about the subjects, depending on what the subject matter is or the topic matter, the person might be stronger in one area than in another?
Like in math, if they're stronger in math, they'll be like a better teacher because they know more things.
Oh yeah. Is it possible that the level of leadership between folks in a group could go up and down?
Yeah, because you have one leader who's very shy and that like forward people, they're not going to be a good leader, and because they're not going to want to tell people what to talk about. You have a really good leader who's forward people, and there's also encouraging them to do better. That person is really good at that.
So in your example, the leadership level would change because the leader themselves aren't changing. Is that what you're saying? Yeah. Okay. Can you think of a time when the leadership level would change even if the leader stayed the same, Karina? Are there times when the leadership level would change? Same leader, same squad, but the level might change.
I think the level might change because, like, maybe their friendship changes over time, and they might just like not get along, and one of them like won't listen to the leader and just won't care about getting their work done, and like the friendship could get in the way of getting the leadership.
Can you imagine that happening in middle school?
Yeah.
Never. Right?
So what would you do? Would you feel the same about your leader if your leader Ari is giving you a 3 on your homework every day? 3 on your homework every day. And Mr. C comes around and reads your homework and says, "This is a 1." How many 3s has Ari given you? Well, 4 or 5. Well, is the next day, are you going to feel super confident that you got a 3? Or are you going to be questioning that maybe it's a 1 or a 2 because he hasn't led you the right way? Do you think his level dropped a little bit?
Would you trust Ari as your leader in that situation? Share in your spots. Would you?
Yeah.
Would it be ready to also, like, what if they go back and adjust your grades and said, now you all have ones, when all of a sudden your congregation gets passed, then you've been getting a 3. So
What I would do,
be like, oh,
yeah, it would get me thinking about whether I would get a 3 or not, because the wrong answer. Normally, we try to be like, "Oh, good, you got a 3." To try to encourage them or something. But if one of the students came up to me and said, "Oh, you got a 1," I would feel sad, and then I would question if I would get a 3.
Well, what's the point of homework?
So you do better.
Do better on the test, right? So if you think you're getting 3s and you think you're on the right track, then the quiz comes around and you bomb it. You're probably gonna question like, why wasn't my leader giving me good feedback, right?
And I also think homework might keep us focused on the work.
Yeah, absolutely. Keeping that high quality of work, right?
We have 4 minutes left. You guys are sitting in your math squads. I would like you to honestly assess what your relationship is with your math squad leader. So Karina just did it naturally over here. She compared her ELA squad and her math squad. And she feels differently about the 2 of them. And she was able to look at the 4 levels and say, in this group with these 3 people, this is where I am. So that gives information to Ian about how he can build his relationship and be a better leader to Karina. So I want you guys to talk honestly about what is your current level relationship with your math squad leader. And the next time when we go back to our ELA squads, we will talk there. This is invaluable to you as squad leaders to know how you can build better relationships, make the people in your groups more comfortable and more successful. So you just have a few minutes really quickly. Go.
Alright, you go first.
I feel like I get along with the people in my math squad and my ELA squad. Here in ELA, I actually, not in math, maybe a 3 because...
Who's the leader? Deborah? So you see her as a level 3 leader to you? That's what you're saying. What kind of leader is Deborah to you?
Oh yeah, a 3 because I feel like I would get things done without any distractions, because I feel like with my friends it would probably be harder.
Okay, and you feel like you get along with her and she can motivate you in a good way? That's a great start, Deborah. That's great feedback. So Ari, you're the leader in this group, right?
Yes.
So where do you see Ari starting off with you in this new squad?
My ELA squad in this specific group, I'm gonna give that a 3 because it's the same for math squad.
A 3? Why do you give Ari a 3?
Because he's a pretty good leader.
Yeah? Why?
I think that he's good, encouraging. And also when she's here, that also, like you can kind of keep her. She's also pretty good at just like listening, and she does, and no one here really slows down production.
Awesome. That's a great start, Ari. Good job.
And that.
What about you guys? Who's the leader in this group? You are? Okay. So where do you see her as a leader for you?
I'm level 3.
A level 3? Why?
Because we get along well and I get my work done in math.
Awesome. That's a great start. Congratulations. What about you guys? Who's the leader? You? So what level do you think she is with you right now? Why? Well, level 1 is she was put as the leader, right? So, of course, she's a level 1. Level 2 is relationship, right? Do you have a good relationship with her? Okay. And level 3 is? Production, yeah. So do you feel like she motivates you and makes sure that you get your work done in a positive way? Okay. And she probably is a level 3.